Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Brian, and in this channel I'm gonna review hoop shoes that I personally use, and I only share honest and unbiased opinion. So today, what we have in this video is the Ning Badfive Furious. So just a quick note, we're gonna go through each category for the review, and these categories are the overall design and aesthetics, the upper material, cushion, traction, fit and lockdown, support and containment, stability, weight, then the size. And I'm also going to share my final thoughts and recommendation score. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off, the overall design and aesthetics. So the subcategories would be silhouette, design, colorway, and the traction pattern. Starting off the silhouette, I won't waste time. I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. Personally, I really like the silhouette of this shoe, and that's one of the reasons why I ordered this shoe from Li-Ning through Lazada, which is like a popular store or app here in the Philippines. And then next would be the design. The original design of this is actually better than what you're looking at right now, because this one is missing the strap. So if you can Google, there's actually a strap that comes from the medial side going to the the lateral side, and there are two of these strap going into the medial side, but it's gone, and I'm going to discuss later on as to why it's gone. But in terms of the design, I also really like it, so I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Then the next would be the colorway. I think this colorway is fire. I really like the combination of the black and a bright orange, and very minimal branding. So I really like the combination. Again, 10 out of 10. And this is not even the first colorway that I really like. There are a lot of colorways for this shoe that are really like, maybe as good as this or even better. It depends on your personal taste. But again, 10 out of 10 for the colorway. And then the traction pattern, I typically like herringbone. I like looking at herringbone pattern, and also like circular pattern. But this one is a little bit unique. It looks like a maze. It has a thick grooves, and black and white combination. It's really unique. So I'm still loving it, and I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10, perfect score as well. All right. So moving on to the upper material. So this one has, I believe, mono yarn right here in the toe box in the top, and then some infusing, really thick infusing, which is really nice. But in terms of the quality, like overall quality of the materials, of the upper materials, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. It does not feel cheap. It conforms to your foot really well. I'm not sure if it's the most premium feeling, but no, I'm not having any issues with comfort, with how it feels on foot, and I think it's very supportive as well. So I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. Now the breathability, as you can see, this is made of mono yarn right here. There's a lot of holes, although there is some extra layer underneath the upper material. There are still holes in the extra layer, so it's still really breathable. Plus the tongue, it's still a little bit breathable. It's not super thin, but overall I didn't have any experience with warming up or heating up while playing the game. I think it's actually one of the most breathable shoes that I've worn, compared to some Adidas shoes So I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Still a really great score, no problems with breathability and ventilation. All right, and now the comfort, which is still under the upper material. Like I said earlier, I don't have the quality is good, and that also translates to uh, comfortable feeling when you're wearing the shoes. So I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. The reason why it's not 10 is because the maybe the sizing has something to do with it. So, but I'm gonna discuss that later on. But like again, overall, just material wise, it's very comfortable. So 9 out of 10, very solid score. And then the lace, it's also really good, and it really holds off when you tie it. It does not untie easily. So yep, 10 out of 10, no problems with that. But it's a little bit short if you use the runner's knot. So just keep that in mind. But still, it's not too short that it's impossible to double knot or what. But just enough. Just actually, it's still really good. So 10 out of 10 for the lace. Next category would be the cushion. So for the cushion, the first thing we're going to talk about is the impact protection. So for this model, they're using a combination of boom and where's that? The light foam plus. Okay, so the light foam plus is actually good. It still gives compression and it's a little bit bouncy, but it's on the firm side. But it just it has a great balance of bounce and compression. So it's not super soft, it's not super bouncy. It's just a good balance. And then in the heel, they added a boom pod that's great for impact protection. So overall, you will get very good balance of responsiveness, impact protection, and also stability because it's not super soft. And like I said, impact protection because we have a boom in the heel. So overall, it's really good for impact protection. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. So next for the cushion is the responsiveness. Like I said, it's not super soft, not super plush. So that makes it really responsive when running down a court or moving side to side or going for a takeoff or a high jump. It's really good. 10 out of 10 for responsiveness. No delay feeling or whatsoever. That's why it has a great score, 10 out of 10. Next would be the bounce. I'm gonna give the bounce an 8 out of 10 score. So this shoe doesn't seem to be designed for pure bounciness, right? It just have enough. It does not have a boom pod that could improve the bounciness of the shoe. It only has a boom pod right here in the heel, which improves like the impact protection during hard landings. But yeah, still a little bit bounced. Like I said, the light foam plus still does a great job in giving you enough bounciness. So 8 out of 10 for the bounciness. And lastly, the durability of the insole or the midsole or the foam is really good. I've been using this a lot. I've been using this more than any of the other shoes that I've worn in the past. So I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. I don't feel like it's bottoming out until now. Maybe I've had this for more than 6 months, but until now it feels still new. Still offers decent impact protection. It's not really super low to the ground. It's not dead on the forefoot. It feels like close to new experience. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Really great foam or cushion overall. Okay. Oh, by the way, we also have the insole um, cushion. So the insole provides a little bit of cushion as well. It's really great. It's a great foam. So yeah, I'm just gonna add that I just want to add that up, that the insole is great. It's not super thin. um, it still provides additional comfort and cushion to the shoe. All right, so 10 out of 10 for the insole. Okay, so next category would be the traction. First thing that you want to discuss would be the traction or the grip of the sole. So although this has a very flat surface, right? And at first I thought that it's not gonna work in smooth or clean um, floors. I thought this one is only made for outdoors, but I was wrong. This actually works well in indoor courts, in hardwood and rubberized concrete. Even on dusty courts, it's still considered a really great performer based on my experience. It does pick up some dust, but it does not. But in the surface, it really does not attract that much. Like maybe inside the grooves, you can see some dirt sticking in there, but on the surface, it doesn't. The dust does not get stuck in the surface, which is why I think it still performs great even on dusty courts. So 10 out of 10 for the traction. For the squeak or the noise it produces, it has average noise. It is very consistent in producing squeak though, so that's really nice if you like really squeaky shoe. So I'm gonna give you an example. All right, so I have one shoe on my left toe or left foot. So as you can see, it's still very squeaky despite um, having some dust in it, having some dirt on the sole. So for the squeak, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 because it's really consistently squeaking. Next will be the dust pickup. Dust pickup is very minimal. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10, and it does not affect the performance of the traction. Maybe a little bit, but it's not noticeable at all. So 9 out of 10 for dust pickup. And then the durability, they're actually using their tough OS rubber in this, which is made for outdoors. So, but although I haven't really played this outdoors, only indoors, but I could say that as you can see, the grooves are really thick, and it's also pretty solid. So I don't think you're gonna have problems if you wanna play these outdoors. I'm gonna give it a safe score 9 out of 10. Okay, that's about it for the for the traction. Now going to the fit and lockdown. First would be the toe box space. Toe box space is generous. So as you can see, it's not super pointy. It's a little bit squared off. So I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. All right. Then the midfoot space, or here in the bridge, especially, this is where I wanna bring up why the strap isn't on anymore. So the original design here is that there is a strap, right? As you can see, it's been cut off. Now the reason why it's not there anymore is because that strap is not really stretchable, and it makes the shoe really super tight, especially in the midfoot or in the bridge area. So if you have a foot that has like a high volume in the bridge, right, or a thick foot, especially in the bridge, you would probably want to go one size up, or probably just maybe consider something else, but not the shoe, because yeah, that unless you're willing to cut it off like what I did. And ever since I cut it off, I did play a lot in these uh, after that. Okay, so it doesn't look that good, but it doesn't matter. What's important for me is that I can play with these and won't have any issues at all. All right, so because of that, midfoot space would be like 6 out of 10. Good if you have a really thin or low volume midfoot, but if you have a high volume midfoot, then it's not really flexible, and it's not stretchable as well, so it's probably not gonna be a good fit for everyone. Okay, next would be the heel lockdown and slippage. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So far, no issues with that, and this is probably one of the best, one of the shoes that best provides heel lockdown and almost zero heel slippage if you get the sizing right. So insole texture. So earlier I mentioned that the insole provides some cushion, which is good, but the insole of this also, let me just try to take it off. So the insole of this also provides some lockdown because it's not slippery. So the lockdown and fit is improved. Let me try to zoom more. As you can see, it's not a slippery material. It's not like it's stitched or something, but this material is really nice. It's not slippery at all, which improves the lockdown and fit overall. So I'm gonna give the insole in terms of fit and lockdown a 10 out of 10. All right, so, and lastly, the ease of putting this on. Like I mentioned, the midfoot area is a little bit tight and it's not really stretchable. So the score here would be like 8 out of 10. So it's not the best, but you can still, put your feet inside. I think it's still easy, but not the easiest compared to other shoes. You might have some challenges again if you have a bigger midfoot or a really thick foot. So 8 out of 10 for the ease of putting these on. Next category would be the support and containment. So I think this is where this shoe also really excels. I think they just went too much with the strap on, but overall, the support and containment is one of the highlights of this shoe. First off, the support. Even though we don't see a lateral plastic or caging right here, it's still very supportive. I didn't feel like my foot was coming off the footbed when doing lateral movements. Yeah, super safe and very supportive. And again, it comes down to the material used as well, which is I consider a really high quality. So 10 out of 10 for the support, and it's one of the main reasons why I keep using this shoe. So lateral containment as well is 10 out of 10. Like I said, even without the caging, there is still no feeling of your foot going off the footbed. It's totally safe, 10 out of 10. And then the torsion support, we do have a plastic shank plate right here. I'm not totally sure how big that is, but I think it's just in this area. It does not go up to the forefoot, which is fine. I actually prefer that so that the flexibility is not affected that much. It's gonna make it easier to flex in the forefoot. So torsion support is really great. It does not twist easily. I'm putting a lot of force in here, and also the midfoot does not bend, which I really like. Okay, so 10 out of 10 for the torsion support. Now moving on to the stability. All right, stability first would be the midfoot, and oh no, sorry. So for stability, we're just gonna discuss the lateral stability. So I'm gonna go through the forefoot stability and the heel stability. So forefoot stability, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. As you can see, the base here in the forefoot area is really wide. And also we do have some outrigger. So I'm not sure if you can see that. But yep, there is an outrigger a little bit. It's not that much, but it's just enough. And also the outrigger extends here in the midfoot a little bit, which also adds up to the stability of the shoe. So 10 out of 10 for the forefoot stability, and then the heel stability is also 10 out of 10. We have a wide base. It does not have like an outrigger in the heel, and I mean that rarely happens, right? But overall, the feeling when wearing this shoe, it's very stable. And I forgot to mention that, as you can see, there is a big plastic caging that wraps around the heel, in the medial, in the back, and on the lateral side, and that really improves the stability of the shoe. I actually prefer the heel to be caged, especially on the lateral side, compared to not being caged, especially if the foam or the cushion is really soft, to improve its stability. All right, so this one is really thick plastic. It's not like the other caging from other models that are a little bit thin, but this one is really hard plastic. So stability in the heel is 10 out of 10. Overall, a really stable shoe. Okay, now when it comes to the weight, I don't have the number, but I don't have any problems with the weight. I think it's still lighter than some heavy shoes that are known, like maybe the Anthony Edwards shoe. This is light. I mean, not super light, but just average. The only thing that you may want to keep in mind is that because of this thick plastic caging in the heel, there is some imbalance of the weight distribution, so it's a little bit heavier in this part in the heel compared to the forefoot. But I don't feel that it's not that really noticeable when playing the game, and it also does not affect the the performance overall. So it's still great. The weight would be a very passing score, 8.5 out of 10. Okay, now the size. For size, I don't have a score, but I want to share my opinion. For leanings, I typically go 10.5 US, and that's what I have right here. This is also 10.5 US, and the fit is really 1-to-1 for me. Since I removed the strap, I didn't have issues with super tightness, so the fit is really 1-to-1. But again, like I said, if you have if you're a high volume, if you have a high volume of feet, especially in the bridge, you might want to get one half size or one size up, so that it will be comfortable and you can easily put these on. But so far for the sizing, that's it. If you can get the sizing right, if you won't have any problems in the midfoot area, then you should be good to go, because of the heel and the forefoot, they're really well made, like very forgiving, and the forefoot still conforms to your feet, does not stretch a lot, plus the heel provides very great heel lockdown and stability. Okay, so thoughts on these bad boys is that it's not for everyone. It's probably more fit for guys with narrower feet, or you can have a wide feet, but if you have like a very high volume bridge, this might not be for you. But performance wise, this is really great. When it comes to traction, cushion is really balanced. It's not super soft or whatsoever. Plus, it's really solid, durable. It does not bottom out really quickly. At least until now, I still have not noticed that it's bottoming out and the cushion is becoming dead. It's still great. And also the materials and the support, they're top notch for me. So yeah, very great shoe to hoop on. And then my final recommendation score based on the performance itself would be 10 out of 10. All right, so hope you guys find that helpful. Hope that helps in your buying decision. Watch out for my next review. I'm not sure yet what to review on next, but looking forward to uploading the next video and hope to see you there. See ya.